Good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm just going to give it a minute to make sure I am connected and stable as always. Happy Friday to those of you that are tuning in live. And if you are catching the recording, happy whatever day it is. We have made it through another week. We are here. We are happy and healthy, hopefully. And if we're not, we're going to create some mindfulness this morning in an effort to get there. So I wanted to talk this morning a little bit and then focus in our meditation on caution fatigue. I've been reading a lot about this concept and it's pretty fascinating. So caution fatigue is basically the notion that when we are going through something that is scary or dangerous, at first there's a lot of adrenaline associated with that, and we are more likely to take precautions, be really on edge, really careful, and that over time, if nothing kind of comes of it, we'll fatigue of that and we'll sort of loosen our awareness and loosen our precautions. Um, for example, say you move into a neighborhood in the city and you're a little fearful that maybe it's dangerous, or maybe people are going to break into your car, break into your home, or walking alone at night seems scary. And at first you're super vigilant and you're locking your doors and you're never walking alone. And then over time you just get used to the neighborhood and those behaviors start to wane, and maybe you forget to lock your car door, or you forget, to walk with a friend or something like that. So that's basically what caution fatigue is. And I want to say right off the jump, I am not here to preach which side of the coin you're on, but whether you're in the camp of this pandemic is super serious and we need to stay the course and we need to be super vigilant, or you're sort of in the camp of let's get back to normal life, whatever the case may be, we're all going to experience caution fatigue because we're in this for the long haul. We're going to keep hearing about it. We're going to keep having to deal with the various restrictions depending on where we live, the going back to work and going back to school, and all of that is fatiguing. So the important thing is, and the reason I'm here, is to help get our mind right, to help reset our mindset and make sure we're taking care of ourselves so that fatigue doesn't overwhelm us and cause us to make decisions that we wouldn't otherwise make, and so that we're being true to ourselves and taking care of ourselves along the way. So that's the goal. So with that in mind, let's find ourselves our comfortable seat. As always, I'm sitting on a folded up mat so that I have a little bit of a cushion underneath my butt, and I have some bolsters and pillows behind me to support my back. You can be sitting up straight, freestyle. You can have your legs crossed. You can be sitting on a chair. You can have your legs out in front of you. You can have cushions behind you like me and recline. I only ask that you don't sort of slouch over or hump over because you want to expand through the chest to be able to breathe fully and naturally. But whatever is comfortable for you, the goal is to quiet the body so that you can focus the mind. So take a few minutes to get into that comfortable seat. You might rock it back and forth on your hips to make sure you're balanced, equal weight on both sides. And then bring the body to stillness. We'll take a few moments of silence here. And as you start to drown out the noises around you and bring your attention inward, when you're comfortable doing so, you can bring your eyes closed or cast your gaze downward. And just bring total attention and awareness to the present moment, to yourself. As a reminder, you don't need to see me. So if you're holding on to a device or balancing a laptop or a phone, you can put it down. You just need to hear my voice. Keeping the eyes closed. Pausing here for just a moment as we make sure we have left all of the outside distractions, the external noises behind us. We are just here. It is only you, this present moment, and my voice. Bringing your attention to your breath. Just begin to notice your inhales and your exhales without judging or trying to change them. Just notice and witness. Your breath is very literally life-giving. And it also serves as a gentle reminder of how life is treating us. Is it tired, shallow, rapid, strained, deep, calm? At any point in our day, we can always take a few moments to listen to our breath, check in, and let it tell us what we need to know. So take 5 slow, natural breaths here, listening to what your breath has to say. As we move on, just know that if at any point your mind wanders, you lose my voice or what I'm saying, or if what I'm saying does not serve you, you may just come back to the breath. Focus your attention on the inhales and the exhales. Allow yourself to breathe. If you are ready to move on, we're going to take some time this morning to do a visualization exercise. We're going to consider our source of energy, our source of power, our source of personal truth. So often in this world, our energy is determined by external sources, stressors, obligations that come at us from outside our being and drain our sources of energy, our sources of strength. If we can learn to create energy, rebuild, strength and power from within and emanate that outward. We can seek to reverse that cycle of outward impacting in and change it to our inward power emanating out. So I invite you to imagine that you can go into your mind's power center. Imagine that it's a room with a door that you can enter. You might visualize it as a certain color. You might notice certain sounds or smells in this room that make you know that it is yours and yours alone. As you walk through this door, imagine that on the wall to your left, there's a series of baskets or bins. These baskets and bins can be any type that you want. You can envision them as big or as small, in any material you would like. They line the wall to the left. You walk over to the wall to the left. The first bin you come across is labeled current stressors. Imagine that you unload into this bin all of the things that today, in the here and now, are causing you stress, causing you angst, causing you concern. Take a moment to unload each of these items into this bin. Moving down the wall, you notice another bin. This bin is for all the external things that drain you. Maybe it's the news. Maybe it's a job or your commute. Whatever external factors drain your energy, visualize placing them in this bin, putting them away for now. Continuing down the wall, the next bin you come across is for the people, the conversations, and the interactions that drain you. Without judgment, with just honesty and truth to yourself, place in this bin those difficult relationships, those challenging interactions, regardless of how you connect emotionally to those individuals. Know that it's okay to place them here. There's a final bin on this wall for anything remaining that's troubling you. Maybe it's physical pain. Maybe it's some other concern for yourself or a loved one. Place in this bin all of your remaining concerns. Now, as you reach the corner of the room and turn to walk down the next wall, imagine that the bins on this new wall shift, change. They might be a different color. They stand out to you as new and different than the bins you're leaving behind. As you walk along this new wall, the first bin is labeled things that bring you joy. Look through this bin and see everything in your world that brings you joy. And as you look upon these things, you may feel the corners of your lips pulling upward. You might feel that warm, familiar feeling of happiness. Imagine you can take out as many of these things as you want. Hold them, use them, experience them. It might be music, it might be animals, it might be nature, it might be family, children. Anything in this bin is at your disposal at any time. Continuing to the next bin, this one is labeled things that uplift you and energize you. This might be exercise, this might be meditation, this might be your job, interactions with friends. Might be walks in nature, flowers, art. Whatever uplifts you and truly makes you feel more alive, gives you energy. Look through this bin and feel that energy build. Moving down the wall to one last bin, you'll find one that is for all the people and conversations and interactions that uplift you and energize you. Coffee with a best friend, phone call with a physically distant relative, play with a partner or a child. Those people, those interactions that give you energy, take them out. Know that you can tap into them in your mind's eye at any point in time. As you reach the corner of the room and you turn down the third wall, once again, visualize a shift in the colors, sensations. On this new wall, there is but one bin. As you approach this singular bin, you'll see that is labeled, "What I should do." In this bin is what you believe is right, what you believe your actions should be, your inactions should be. what you believe you should use your voice for, your talents for, what your mind knows that your body should be doing. Take a moment to look in this bin. Free of all the stressors and the external things that drain us, the people and the interactions that take our time and our energy, and full of all the things that bring us joy, energize us, uplift us. It is easier to look upon what we should do, what we believe we are meant to do, and do it. Feel confident in your knowledge of the right path. Feel resolved to continue on that path. As you turn that last corner back towards the door, take one last look around this room, this power center in your mind. Take in the colors that you saw, shapes and the sizes of the bins, any sounds and smells that make you sure that this is your and you're alone. And know that at any time you can come back here, put away the things that stress you, call upon the things that energize you, reset your mind to do what it is you believe you should do. Exiting the room and shutting the door behind you, returning to your breath. Take just 5 breaths here. Letting all that you learned and all that you saw in your mind's power center sink in, setting your intention for your day. I'm going to close our meditation this morning with a poem by Kaveri Patel. Dear you, you who always have so many things to do, so many places to be, your mind spinning like fan blades at high speed, each moment always a blur because you are never still. I know you're tired. I also know it's not your fault. The constant brain buzz is like a swarm of bees threatening to sting if you close your eyes. You've forgotten something again. You need to prepare for that, or else you should have done that differently. But what if you closed your eyes? Would the world fall apart without you? Or would your mind become the open sky, flock of thoughts flying across the sunrise as you just watched and smiled? Bring your hands together at heart center. Taking one deep inhale through the nose, sighing out through the mouth. Committing to ourselves and to the world around us that we will take those moments to close our eyes, to recharge, to refocus, to find our personal power, so that we stay the course on the path we are meant to be on, so that we do not let the external world fatigue us. Thank you for being here this morning. As always, I appreciate your presence, your energy, and your light in the world. Namaste. Have a great day, everyone.